My message to the gangs is, in June, that was only the tip of the iceberg. We are coming after you. We have infiltrated you. We are working aggressively with our state, local, and other federal partners every day to clean that city up, and it's only a matter of time until you go to jail.
Oye, ¿por qué no graba? Oye, graba la madre
Le
tuya.
gusta, le gusta. Le gusta.
When the FBI gets involved in a case, we tend to attack kind of what I would call the head of the snake, right? And our investigations, again, like I said, are more complex. They take a little bit longer, but I think we can bring more resources, and typically in the federal system as well, those penalties for those violent crimes tend to be much stiffer, much longer of a sentence. Most folks do, depending on the nature of the crime, the violence of the crime, a lot of these folks don't get out pending trial, and so they're in prison or they're in jail awaiting trial. And like I said, the penalties are just much more stiffer when you bring that federal hammer. Obviously, you know, the 18th Street gang that we took down in June, they're operating, their associates of that gang are operating there. Also, we're getting a lot of intelligence about about Asian gangs operating in that area as well. As a result, we've directed our Asian organized crime squad to begin working in that area. And then, of course, you've got other neighborhood-based street gangs and different associates there that obviously we're concerned about. There's a transnational component that would that triggers an FBI response, but also even neighborhood-based street gangs, local gangs also trigger an FBI response depending on the violence and how much havoc they are wreaking in the community. So we would have authority in any of those cases to work those cases alongside with our partners. All of these gangs they're kind of involved in everything, right? And so you may have certain parts of one gang that's involved in say prostitution, robberies, narcotic smuggling, and you may have another part of the gang that only does narcotic smuggling, right? It's kind of a smorgasbord when it comes to these gangs, right? They're just involved in general criminal activity that cross the entire spectrum. There are plenty of sex workers that we know are victims there. We're still kind of picking that apart. We're peeling back that onion. I don't want to go too far, obviously, because we have so many active investigations going on in there. But we are looking at a human trafficking angle. We're looking at a prostitution angle. And obviously, the biggest angle we're looking at is all the violence and crime that is making that community unsafe. I've been here about 6 months, and one of the first areas I heard about was Roosevelt Avenue. And I will tell you that that has been a priority of mine. That area has been a priority of mine. Obviously, you know, the director's one of our top priorities is crushing violent crime, and this fits solely into that category. And so I will tell you that I have several squads working very aggressively over there right now. They're working hand in hand with our state, local, and federal partners, particularly the NYPD, to just make that community safer for the residents of that community. Unfortunately, you know, our cases take a lot of time, especially they're more complex, say, than say a state or local case. And I will tell you, there is a ton of work going on beneath the surface that the public isn't seeing yet. You saw some of those fruits bared in June. When we did arrest 9 members of the violent 18th Street gang, but our work has only begun there. And like I was saying before, there's multiple squads, multiple agencies working in that area right now in an effort to make that community safer for the public. We received letters from local officials there. In fact, that's one of the first things, one of the first letters I received was from the local officials in that area talking about the crime problem. And so to those local officials who've sent us those letters, again, we hear you. We are working feverishly there to keep that community safe, and we are going to cut off the head of the snake in that area. My message for the residents out there is that I hear you, the FBI hears you, Director Patel hears you. We are working feverishly in that area as we speak right now to help clean up that community and to make that more habitable and a safer place for you and your families.